Hello, my friends, and I'm really happy to join and welcome you as NOFA members and organic producers and many others who've gathered for your winter meeting in Burlington. It's one of the biggest agricultural events of the year in Vermont. I know I've certainly enjoyed attending your last several meetings. The only reason I'm not there this year, I'm going to be leading a congressional delegation on a working visit to Cuba. As you know, I've worked over the past several years toward fully restoring U.S.-Cuba relations. And so I was pleased to learn that your keynote speaker this year is a Cuban agroecologist, Dr. Fernando Funes Manzote. And I apologize if I didn't get that exactly right. But your conference theme is Beyond Borders. Well, I'm going to be thinking of this while I'm in Cuba. But I'm also going to go from there to Colombia. And that's a country that's also opening outward as they stop their internal hostilities. Now, I'll use this congressional break to help strengthen our cultural and economic exchanges with other countries in this hemisphere, something that we Vermonters are proud of. But I've also been very busy in Washington over the past several weeks. I've tried to push back as hard as possible against short-sighted and counterproductive and often unconstitutional actions by President Trump. His actions on immigration, on a southern border wall, and how we address other countries, these have done tremendous harm to our opportunities as a nation. We Vermonters know that. And it hurts us as individuals. We want to successfully engage around the globe. And beyond the headlines and these high-profile issues, I've been working this week to prepare as a member of the Senate Agriculture Committee for confirmation hearings for former Georgia Governor Sonny Perdue, who's slated to become our next U.S. Secretary of Agriculture. And I understand, I've heard from a number of my friends in the organic and sustainable agricultural community, they're not enthusiastic about Governor Perdue's nomination due to his close ties to the biotech industry. Now, I share a number of these concerns. I'm using every opportunity in our one-on-one meetings, in our committee hearings, and certainly with questions to Governor Perdue to make sure he understands how passionate I am about organic agriculture. As the one who wrote the bill that brought about organic farming nationwide, I wanted to get him to commit on the record his support for this important and growing sector of U.S. agriculture, and not to undermine the integrity of the organic label. I reminded him when we met the years I spent writing this law, and that I will fight any effort to chisel away at the law. I think he fully understood what I was saying. And we're also beginning work on the next farm bill. It has to be in place by 2018. Now, I've worked with the ranking Democrat in the Senate Agriculture Committee, Senator Stabenow. She is well aware of my priorities. The reason I've stayed on the Senate Agriculture Committee so I could talk about these priorities, which include support for organic transition and certification, as well as for the conservation programs to help keep the Vermont landscape open and working. Not to mention, of course, the research programs that enable the University of Vermont, the Vermont Law School, Vermont Technical College, and so many other state and private colleges to be at the forefront of food systems thought and practice. I wrote many of these programs. I worked to fund these programs. I'm not going to give up on them. And NOFA's winter gathering brings together many of Vermont's most politically and socially well-informed and active constituents. I hear from you all the time, many especially in recent weeks. And I know most of you are like the members of my own family. You're concerned, that's New England understatement, with the early actions of the Trump administration. So keep in close contact with me and my office. Don't hesitate. When you see me on the streets or in the stores or anywhere in Vermont, talk to me about it. Make your voices heard. We understand Vermont. I'm just trying to make sure they're heard across the country. We're in this together. And thank you for all that you're doing to help organic agriculture thrive as a positive force in our lives, in our nation, and in the world. And I'm going to keep fighting for you.